Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, I got something I want to talk to y'all about. I'm going to sit up here. I'm going to point the fan my way. Well, it's not really a fan, it's a swamp cooler, but I'm still going to point it my way because that's what I do. And I'm going to just sit up here and chit chat for a moment. I just went outside to the ducks and chickens and, well, roosters, but they're still chickens. And the puppy and played around with the little puppy, fed the little duckety wuckities their so-called little mealworms, which they do go crazy for. And I was out there thinking, and I want to share my thoughts with y'all. Y'all don't mind if I share my thoughts? Okay, I'm gonna share my thoughts. Now, those who don't want to hear my thoughts, y'all go on and mind your own business. I ain't gonna be talking about nothing important. I come up with some ideas, especially for businesses. Usually, I haven't had an idea that has flopped or failed yet. Usually, my ideas is something got to give the people, wow, give the people what they want. So, usually, my ideas is something people, and I don't mean persons, but people won't. And so, I provide that for them. Sorry, give me a second. There's a creature on my door, and he better be on the outside because he won't survive. Well, nope, he wasn't on the outside, so he definitely didn't survive that trip. Whoo-wee. I don't even know what he's doing in here. I opened the door for just but a second. He must have done lost track of where he was. Yeah, they most of his friends know about coming inside my door uninvited. So apparently now he knows. Well, anywho, I come up with these ideas for these companies. And then I find people who say, hey, I want to be a part of that. Well, let me tell you something. They don't want to be a part of that. Lord have mercy. What they want to be is able to put ducats in their pockets. But, ladies and gentlemen, you can't start a business putting ducats in your pockets. That ain't how business works. Business is sacrifice. You sacrifice your time, you sacrifice your hours, you sacrifice your efforts, you sacrifice your money. That's how business works. So, started this business, and part of the business was my people found a software. Now, I pointed them in the direction of a particular software, told them exactly what we're looking for. Looking for M2, Metro 2, because that was something we were going to do at SATCOM. The same thing happened at SATCOM that's happening now. They didn't want to do it my way. They wanted to do it their way. And I told them, I said, well, hold on now. I told everybody from the very beginning, this is a house that Jack built. Ain't no remodeling. Jack ain't allowing no remodeling in his house. So I said, look, I was gone. Now I told him, I gave him notice. I said, missed him. Got a fly in here and he's got to go. Um, I said, I was going to invest $10,000 to get this thing going. Said, y'all going to run it, but I was going to invest the money. And I told everybody, it's going to have to be my way. It can't be your way. Now, wait, hold on now. I want to make sure y'all understand. Originally, I put 3 people on it. I formed a group. I let them people be in charge of that group. Told them, I said, hey, we're going to split this group off. We're going to let y'all be in charge of that group. I said, but look, there's another thing going on, and I want y'all to look into it. So they did, and they invested in it, and they got their credits fixed. Took less than 5 months. They had them 200 points on their credit score. I said, well, we're going to bring that to the people. Got to give the people, wow, give the people what you want. Now they said, but the software costs $10,000. I said, well, y'all do some more research into it, and I might go ahead and take care of the funds for that. So they did their more research, and they talked about how much they needed the 10,000. I said, all right, I'm gonna give the 10,000. I said, but hold on now. I even told them, said, hold on now. This is $10,000. I ain't just giving this up. Yeah, we understand. Y'all show, y'all understand. Yeah, we understand. Okay, y'all know I gave that group 10,000, and they've had several meetings. You won't believe this. Now, I know you won't, because I don't believe it. They have only invited me to one, making all kinds of decisions. Now, I will tell you that they did send me um, something in an email telling me about the different aspects of that program that I purchased, but they don't get it. I don't want you to send me an email. I don't want you to send me a text message. I want you to communicate with me. You know, some of these people are married. They understand what communication is all about. You can't be married without communication. This is a business, it's a marriage arrangement. So I want some communication, or we're going to have a divorce. I mean, there's been a separation already. I didn't ask for the separation. They asked for the separation. So I had to let them know that if they don't start communicating with me, I will dismantle the whole thing. And I had to let them know that they can buck heads with me if they want. I won't lose mine because I paid for the software, people. So I won't lose nothing. They don't have to be a part of it. But I gave them first dibs. This ain't the first time I did something like this and people did the exact same thing. Act like we's free because we ain't had to donate nothing. We ain't put no money into this. It don't matter what we do. Oh no, it matters. Oh no, it matters. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I do videos like this, people get upset because they think I'm talking about them. Look here, let me explain something. Y'all don't know who I'm talking about. Only a small group of people know who I'm talking about, and I've already done told them this. This stuff I ain't hidden from nobody. See, I tell people, I am not talking about you. I am not talking about her. I am not talking about him. I'm talking to them. Talking to my people right now. So if you eavesdropping, that's on you. If you want to take it personal, okay? Because it ain't personal. It's me explaining exactly what's been going on. And if you're embarrassed by me explaining it this way, then my bad. I apologize if I just explained it exactly the way it was. And well, you, what did I do? I didn't do nothing. I don't know who you is because I didn't do nothing. All I know is I had an arrangement, and then somebody rearranged my arrangement without making an arrangement. I don't know what to tell y'all. I stepped away from the computer. It's the second time. So I apologize if y'all lost signal, but I was distressed. I was distressed because I just don't understand it. And right now, I was going through it and I was trying to figure it out. I really is. Ladies and gentlemen, just last year alone, $110,000 gone. Told you about the young lady I tried to help her with a house, tried to save her house, and in and around. And what did she do? Just discarded me, act like, man, she ain't got to say another word to me. She got what she wanted, took the money. I don't know what she did with it because she, according to our agreement, was supposed to communicate with me. So she has until the end of this year to pay the funds. We have an agreement. And what's going to happen is she's not going to pay. Now, wait, hold on now. We're not finished. Woo-wee. We not finished of what people put me through. That's why nobody else gets to come to me and ask for a dime. All last year, I helped people. All last year, $110,000 plus the $10,000 this year. Well, hold on now. Plus the $35,000 this year. See, I gave monies to a person whom I thought was a friend. I, knew the young man, had been knowing him for years. He worked for me on two separate occasions. I knew him, knew his wife. His wife passed away. I was sorry to see that young lady pass away. There was some information that he withheld from me. He didn't know it at the time, but we had an agreement. $35,000. Not all at once, 20,000 here, and then 10,000 and another 5,000. But $35,000 within a 2-month period. And he withheld information from me. At the time, he didn't know, but he did know at the time I gave him that extra dough. He did know when I gave him the 10,000 and the 5,000, when I gave him the $15,000 in addition. He knew this information and he purposely didn't tell me. And he didn't think that he was lying to me by not telling me that, misleading me, making me believe something else. He didn't think he was lying to me. We had a conversation. And I told him about my disappointment. But I also told him I knew. He wasn't getting over on me. He wasn't trying to get over on me. He was afraid of what my response was going to be. He was afraid that I would not help him. He was partially right. I don't operate that way. I was going to help him because I don't operate that way. I'm not like other folk. And most people who know me know that I ain't like other folk. Okay? Most people who know me know that I ain't like them other folk. But, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something if y'all don't mind. He withheld information that was vital information. The same thing the banks do with you. See, material information, vital information, they're not allowed to withhold. Truth in Lending Act. Well, there's a Truth in Friendship Act. When you're supposed to be friends, you're supposed to be honest with each other. He wasn't honest with me. Oh well. So, this is what I go through. So if you go back and listen to that song, sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel like I'm the only one. You see, I want you to understand, people keep saying that I keep getting over on them, that I done swindled them and scammed them, yet they can't show one incident of me scamming them. They can't show one incident of me taking money out of their pocket. One lady, I can't even call her a lady. I can't afford to pay for data mass. Okay, tell you what. You go ahead, notify them. I'm going to pay out of my own pocket. You know oh, Lord have mercy. She had the nerve to sit up there and tell everybody that I swindled her, that I took money from her because I didn't tell her about my past 30 years ago. What the? Woosah. Woosah. She accused me of trying to use her social security number to steal her credit. Look here, woman, if you got to go to DataMass to help correct your credit and you already tell me you ain't even got the money to buy a pot to piss in, how do you think I want to mess with your credit? You ain't got nothing! I apologize. Woosah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I go through. She so paranoid about her credit, the credit that was already messed up. I did a consult with her. I already know her financial situation. She said that I was trying to take her social security number. Not one single person can say that we've used their social security number ever. And we have the social security number of all of our clients. I don't know a single one because I don't care about it. I don't look at it. We keep it to communicate, to show proof that we represent the client's interests. Oh, we got some stuff coming up for y'all about our client's interests and all that stuff. Y'all just going to have to be patient, okay? Anyway, or anywho, that's what I go through. So, and I can't, all right, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all want honesty? I've been having some health issues lately. Health issues that are gonna require that I go see some one of these stupid doctors. And I don't want to go see them. Not because I'm afraid of what they're gonna tell me, but I don't want to go see them because I know they're gonna sit up here and try to give me chemicals talking about this is medication. Here, this is a medicine. No, that ain't medicine, you ignorant mother. So, but I have to because I have no choice. I don't want to hear nothing from none of y'all. I know that it's as a result of the stress that I put myself under trying to help all of you. Yeah, including the idiots, morons, BITC, you know what I'm saying, who sit up here and want to talk about me behind my back, want to criticize me after I help them. We're not even going to talk about all the other people whom I have given to, and then they sit up here and stab me in my back because of whatever they're going through. This is people, ladies and gentlemen. This is people. These are the same people that I prayed to my God the night that He chose me, and I said, please give them another chance. I messed up. I said they deserve another chance. That was the dumbest thing to say. And so that was 21 years ago. No, sorry, 24 years ago. Apologize, 24 years ago. March 9th. Hey, be honest with you, y'all don't even know it. The day I was chosen was March 9th out of all the dates on the calendar. Hey, I didn't do it. I did not my choice. March 9th, okay, 2021. I said, please give them another chance. They deserve another chance. You know, I said, and please allow me to remain here to prove how sorry I am for everything I've ever done. And allow me to help them come to the position and place where they need to be. I want to volunteer for that job. What the was I thinking? Lord have mercy. Do you guys understand? There was a young man, his name was De Jesus, Jesus, the Christ, and he came down here to live among mankind for one reason, to show them the way. That's why it was called the way. He was showing them the way to life. And they killed him, the very same people he came to help. I'm not even going to tell you what my fate's going to be. Okay? I've already seen my fate. I've already seen what's coming. Look, this peace that they're talking about, that's not peace. Watch and see. Somebody's going to claim somebody did something to somebody. It's all going to be either CIA or Massa Mossad. Massa Mossad. Massa Mossad. Mossad. Massa. Okay? It's either going to be one of them two. So it's going to be one of them two. Look, I don't like Iran. I don't like the government, but it's not. I'm not political. I don't like the government. I don't like this government either. It has nothing to do with politics. But I like the fact that Iran is honorable. Ladies and gentlemen, they know they can't win a war with the United States. So what did they do? They had to save face. The United States knew they had to save face, so they said, hey, get your people out of that base. We're going to send missiles over that way. They gave them enough time to put all of their ships in place so that they could use their missile batteries to knock down those missiles. Yay! Iran, thank you for giving us notice. You are champions. And no, not one of your missiles struck our base. So that was a weak attempt, is what he said. But on diplomatic channels, the Iranians, they were able to strike back at us. They could say that on the news. Why? Because Iran didn't want to look weak, so they had to respond. So thus they responded. We are about to send missiles. And they didn't send The real ballistic missiles, they sent that junk they sent against Israel at the very beginning. They didn't send that Mach 3, Mach 4 stuff that they got sitting back waiting for Israel. Come on now. Y'all want to mess with us again? Bring that, because we got something waiting for you. So they got Mach 4, Mach 5 missiles. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were hearing all the reports about how they were testing these ballistic missiles, developing new missiles. We were hearing that reports all the time. Please, they got a stockpile of that junk. Okay? They ain't used that yet. They're not showing their hand because it's military. You don't ever show your full hand. I don't care if you're playing with a full deck. You don't show your full hand. And Israel knows that. Well, anywho, let me educate y'all for a second because some of y'all look like y'all need it. Let me show y'all what's going on so y'all can see the reality of this Israel Iran thing. Iran sent missiles and they landed in Israel. So the Iron Dome is not as iron as it was, as it should be, as it could be. Yeah, it can stop those little rockets that are being sent by Hezbollah and Hamas and all of that, but it cannot stop ballistic missiles. Iran has ballistic missiles. They don't have nuclear. They're not trying to develop nuclear weapons, but now they are because that's the only deterrent now. That's the only thing that's going to make them leave them alone. Even if they shoot a ballistic missile out of the sky, if they put a payload on that thing, and I mean a real payload, a nuclear warhead, they just affected the entire population of the earth because that gets into the atmosphere. So we all breathe it in. This whole Iran thing is not a joke. You notice all of a sudden, we need y'all help. Y'all need to come help us. These fools, man, they kicking our butts. That's what the Israelis were saying. Why? Because they're blowing up cities. Did you notice how all of a sudden now they want to show a city being blown up? But before you couldn't show any pictures? They wouldn't allow it? Just a joke. Just one big joke. You got to love it. It's a wonderful world, ladies and gentlemen. A wonderful world. All right. There's a lot more I want to talk about, but I can't because there are things that I know that I can't tell y'all. Okay? I can't. He won't let me. Not supposed to tell y'all. Y'all not supposed to know. Okay? Y'all supposed to find out. Okay? Fee, fi, fo. Y'all supposed to find out. But for right now, y'all don't get to know. Okay? It ain't that type of party. It ain't even a gangster party. So I can't tell y'all. It's just the way it is. Sorry. I have a TV that's a wall TV, and I have to put it on its little. It's getting on my nerves. I have to put it in these two little holes, and I have to slide it in place, and it won't let me. Love won't let me wait. Not another minute, not another hour. And I have it, and it just won't let me do it, y'all. Give me a second. I gotta unloosen it, Mo. I don't want to. I don't want to, but I got to. So there we go. It's on. And I can't do nothing about it. That's just the way it is. So I gotta just leave it be. Because we were having a problem with it. The screws are too tight on the back, so I had to loosen it so it slides right on. It was snug. I mean, we had to wrestle with that junk to get it off. All right, getting back to the Israel Iran thing so that you guys will really know what's going on. When Iran said that it was going to shut down the Persian Gulf, that's Iran. Iran are Persians. They are not Arabs. They're Farsi. They're not Arabs. But Iran said it was going to shut down the Persian Gulf. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where the oil flows through. They were going to affect the economy. So nobody was paying attention, but I was. All of the missiles that Iran fired was military and finances, infrastructure. So pay attention. The United States and Israel used up all of those rockets, all of those missiles to knock down their ballistic missiles and their drones. That's why they were sending all those drones, because they're costing the United States and Israel money. Look at how much some of those Patriot missiles and things were costing them per, pay attention, $2 million, $3 million every single time. That's what they were doing. They were affecting economies. And then when they decided that, oh no, we're going to stop the oil, y'all ain't shipping nothing through here. This is our sovereign territory. We control this area. Oops. All of a sudden, no, they want peace. We're going to give them peace. Nope, there's a peace deal on. Even before they announced there was a peace deal, even before Iran agreed to a peace deal, they were announcing a peace deal because they didn't want to stop the flow of oil. It's always going to be about money. Always. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I go through. I'd rather be talking about things like that, or I'd rather be talking about money, or I'd rather be talking about the courts. I'd rather be talking about your rights. I'd rather be talking about the legal stuff, the real stuff. But I can't, because someone is always trying to one up me. They're always trying to express their pride when it comes to me. I ain't got time for pride. Pride is a disaster waiting to happen. I don't have time for pride. Well, you got an ego. You better believe it. My name ain't EeoN for nothing. Okay? Just that simple. But the problem is, I'm only having an ego when it comes to my stuff. I ain't got an ego when it comes to your stuff. You know something, I'm not going to take credit for what you know. I mean, everybody wants to take credit for what I know. Go ahead and look at all the videos. You know where they got the information from. Look at all the videos who's talking about the exact same stuff. But the difference between me and them, to let you know, I know where my information comes from. Doesn't come from them. But that's just one thing. I want y'all to hold on something. Hold on now. But I always show you proof of what I'm talking about. I show you proof of the statutes. I show you proof of the information. Always. But they don't. They just talk. And you guys just eat that junk up. I don't understand it. I'd rather have you showing me proof so I can go and verify it. Like a gentleman was talking to me today about those cases. You know, the case that says courts are artificial constructs and the state is an artificial construct and not a real person, but an artificial person. And so I said, no, the case doesn't actually say it in those words. It says it in a roundabout way, but that person is translating it to that. And he's like, I said, well, let me show you. And I went to the case, I looked it up, and I said, see, it didn't say that at all. Did a word search, didn't say anything like that, didn't even mention that subject. That's why so many people look stupid when they go into court, because they're using quotes that they haven't confirmed whether or not the case said that. Shame, shame, shame. Okay, well, I gotta go. I had my fish and my shrimp on a little shiskamabob, and well, I had fish for breakfast, believe it or not. I was in the mood. I literally was in the mood. I had no halibut. I had Alaskan pollock. I like me some Alaskan pollock. I really like the texture of Alaskan pollock. Okay? I do Alaskan pollock. Me and Alaskan pollock, we get along. So me and my Alaskan pollock had what we had my little shrimp, because bubblegum shrimp, popcorn shrimp, Jamaican jalapeno shrimp, jambalaya shrimp, uh, corn on the cob shrimp, all kinds of shrimp. You can do all kinds of stuff with shrimp. Anyway, the what is it? The 8 mile, the long mile, the 24 mile, the green quadruple mile, the polka dot mile, whatever that show was called. That's bubblegum. Anyway, Sergeant Diane, um, we'll let you guys get back with your day. I just wanted to explain to you how I feel. Now, mind you, the people who I'm mentioning, they don't, they, I ain't say nobody's name, but they gonna imagine And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I did give them heads up of how I was feeling, and so I'm gonna let you guys go. I definitely have to get through this day because this day I've lost all kinds of time, and that's horrible. So much I had to do today that I didn't get anything accomplished. Like I said, horrible. All right, have a good day, everyone.